Hello everyone, I'm going to give us the information to visualizing and analyzing questionnaire and survey data with R. So first, this tutorial is going to be presented by my person, Eduardo Garcia, and my classmates, Mateo Isa and Mateo Criollo. So now we are going to introduce the first steps to analyze this data. So first, we need to follow this link that we put on the description of the video, and we need to follow the steps. So first, we are going to create a folder somewhere in our computers. So for this part of the step, we are going to go to the for whatever you want in your laptop and look at the specific folder. So in my case, we are going to create this folder that the name is Código. After that, we are going to open RStudio and we have to follow the other steps. So we are going to open the application. We are going to have this, and now we are going to create a new file or the new project in this case. So we are going to click in new file, sorry, in new project. We are going to click in existing directory and browse the folder that we are create. So we need to browse and search this folder. In my case, is in this folder. We are going to click in open. We are going to click and search the folder that we create. After that, we are going to click in create project. And now we have to download a specific RMD file. So for this, we are going to click in this link. After that, we are going to download the file. So now we are going to look at the file. In my case, is in the same folder. This is surveys MD, and I'm going to comment this part of the code because I don't need this part of the end. So now, if you can see, you have a short introduction, a description of the tutorial, how to use this file for the tutorial, and the steps you have here. Now, so we are going to click Ignite and wait a few seconds to splash the screen. If you can see, the application creates a new folder that the name is server files, and after that we are going to follow the other steps. We wait a few minutes. You can see have the specific HTML page, and here we have the design basics, that we have a short description of the analysis of the data and the code. First, we need to install all the package. If you can see, are many packages we need to install. After that, we have to activate the package by running the code in the below. So these are the libraries that we need to have to start the process of the analysis. So first, if you can see, we need to install the package. You can do that if you select first all the code and click Ctrl plus Enter. I don't do that because I already have the package installed. After that, we need to activate the package and start the process.
Let's learn the basic of data manipulation and cleaning in RStudio. We'll use package from the DDverses such as dplyr and tidr and forcates, applying key functions like pivot launcher. group by summarize, and more. For this explanation, we'll use Dumni data as as an example for to understand each step before applying everything to a real life scenario. We install the package using the commands. The command install package delivers, for example, in the console. We. What if eh, but if we already have them, installation is not necessary. And this package allow you to easily transform data. The play is used to select, filter, a group, and summarize. The, the, the idea helps us format the data. For Kates, is used to sort factors such as categories with yes and no, creating a sample dataset. This example simulates a survey where three people's response to two questions. This format is called wait format because the responses are in separate columns. It is difficult to analyze or grab data in this format. The format of data. Converting to long format with pivot launcher. Uh, with pivot launcher, we switch to the long format, which is more suitable for analysis. Now each round represents an individual person's response to a question. This format makes it easier to group, summarize, and grab data. The format of the data. Okay. Recording factor levels, which uh, FCT levels. In analyze or graphs, we might want yes to appear fields FCT relevance. Allow use to control that order. This is useful when we want certain answer to have visual or logical priority. Okay. Grouping, counting, and calculate percent. Here we group by question and response type. We count how many times each response is repeated and then calculate the percentage. This gives us a clear idea of how the responses were distributed. The percentage the of response to questions.
Hi, I'm Matteo. I walk you through to R script, the great plots with ggplot2. First we'll build a stacked bar chart with internal value levels and custom colors. Then we'll create a grouped bar chart by causing. Add then line and level of each bar. By the end, you'll see both approach and know how to adapt them to your now survey and course data. And section 1, we start with fair chunk called bar 1. It used the data frame the that with two columns, satisfaction and percent. Um, we map X with ggplot satisfaction, setting the x-axis to satisfaction level and the a-axis to percentage and filling bars by level. The geobar draw bars whose height match each percentage. The theme applied the clean black and white background. The geotext overlay each bar with its percentage level setting of downward. Skyfile manual assign your custom palette of the satisfaction level. If it finally the theme legend of position node, the hide the legend sign each bar already showed its level. Is the result with a color different. Next up, it's bar 13. Using the data frame GLDAT with satisfaction, frequency, and course. We define the plot with ggplot, the phase grid cursor. It creates one planet per cousin, allowing by side comparison. The herbar places bar to each satisfaction level next to one other. A gel line draws the trend line in a connection to the tops of bar within each panel. The scar fill manual and scar color manual ensure both bar and line share the same palette. In the geo text, the label each bar with its frequency value. And finally, the theme view provide a clean background, and then they remove the X action level for clarity. We covered to ggplot to visualization, style and track bar chart with internal palette and custom color palette, and a grouped bar chart with the 10 line and bar level. This technique is perfect for presentation the survey result. In comparison, the student satisfaction by core or visualization, a Likert scale response.
When we create a survey, it is important to check if the questions that measure the same idea, like satisfaction or motivation, are actually working together. For example, if we ask several questions about satisfaction, they should all be measured the same idea. This is called internal consistency, and we use some tools to check it. For example, one of the most common tools to measure this is a Crowbatch alpha. This value tells us how well the questions in a group are relate to each other, meaning if they all measure the same concept, the value goes from 0 to 1, and the higher the number, the better, and value of 0.7 or more is usually considered good. In R, we calculate it with the function alpha, using the question related to the concept we want to attest. A low value means that one or more questions don't match the concept, and high value means they do. Another measure is McDonald's Omega. It is a bit more advanced than Alpha because it doesn't assume all questions have equal weight. That makes it more accurate in some situations. We calculate it using the function scalability from the user-friendly science package in R. When we know that our questions are consistent, we can go further and see if some questions for groups. That's where that's where factor analysis comes in, helps us discover hidden patterns behind the answer. For example, one group of questions may be about satisfaction and another about social interaction. This helps reduce complexities and focus on clear topics. But we be careful to do factor analysis. The question must be correlate, and we also need to decide how many factors we want, which requires some satisfactory things. This is very useful when working with social demographic data because behaviors depend on both personal and external factors, like economic status. In our correlation chart, we saw the most question group together well, but question number 10 doesn't fit with the others. It was supposed to measure intelligence, but it is not strongly related to the rest. So we decided to remove question number 10. The another section is principal component analysis. It's similar to factor analysis, but it is more mathematical. It is a goal is to reduce the number of variables while keeping most of the information. It is a great when we have many similar questions and want to simplify the analysis. In our results, the first component 1 explains 91.58% of the variance. That means we only lose 8.42% of the information if we use just that one component to represent the idea of extroversion. The script plus shows a big drop from the first to second component. That tells us we only need one component to understand the pattern. So the question relies the extroversion and clearly measure a single factor. In conclusion, use tools like alpha, omega, factor analysis, and PCA, we can make sure our surveys really measures what we want in a clear and reliable way. That makes our data stronger and more useful for better decision making.